I'm Damien, and today I'm talking about Enneagram Type 9. And I'm talking about how many Type 9s avoid angry situations and confrontation, but in the positive way. You could be talking about how they avoid angry situations and confrontations in a negative way when they should have been more assertive or something, and they weren't. But I'm talking about it in the sense of when they do it often in a positive way and it leads to good results. And I guess some might call it an ability of the Type 9s. So I am not saying I'm an Enneagram Type 9, but we all do experience the full gamut of emotions. And so this was this time, I'm going to talk about a time when I was behaving in a way that was Type 9-ish and uses those Type 9 strategies, or some of the Type 9 strategies. So I was speaking to this person and I was very much aware that this person was in a mood where they were maybe highly on edge and they were likely to go off. And I did not want that to happen. I actually didn't even want to be there at that point in time either. But I realized that I had nothing better to do. I was trying to help this person out. And so I stayed there in the situation, and I was very much aware that the possibility that this person's mood could escalate into them getting really pissed off. I was very much aware of that. And that in itself is an awareness, and a heightened awareness of the Type 9s. They're aware of that too. They're very much aware of that emotion in others, of that anger emotion in others, that they're very much aware of when a person is in that place where they're volatile. And by volatile, I mean they haven't exploded yet, but they're bubbling. So it's not going to take much for them to be set off. And just that awareness of that. And so that person was trying to get a medicine for themselves. And it was holidays, and so it's like a week holiday in China, and a lot of the country closes down, a lot of the businesses close down, and she didn't have this medicine that she wanted or needed, and she was calling this hospital about getting this medicine. And so I went there thinking that I was going to help her out with teaching her how to use PowerPoint. And then as soon as I got there, she said she needed to call these people about this medicine. And so she's calling these people, and she gets onto the English hotline, and then they're telling her that she doesn't have the certain scripts and to get the medicine, and they don't have the authority to send it out to her, and all of this sort of stuff's going on in the phone call. And you can hear certain things from the situation, like they're trying to say that she needs to get a doctor's appointment to do this, and she's like, why do I need a doctor's appointment when I've already been prescribed it? There's this back and forths, and it's definitely looking like they're not going to give her the medicine, which they didn't. They didn't give her the medicine. And she's claiming to them that we were supposed to send her 3 vials of this medicine. They only sent her 1. And so it wasn't going to last her the whole holiday period. And so all of this is going on. And when she's speaking to them, and she's actually using my phone, because she got there and she was like looking it up, and she realized that she didn't have enough credit on her phone to call them. And so she asked to borrow my phone. Now she was using my phone and she was calling these people, which was I was thinking to myself, man, now I just got to sit here. I can't even play with my phone because I got to listen to her on this call. And so she's agitated, right? Very agitated from that situation. And so just the awareness of, okay, this other person's agitated. And that might seem very simple, but a lot of people aren't going to be aware of that, or they're not going to be aware enough of that, of the place that that person's in. And so when she got off the phone and she hadn't, resolved the issue, there was questions in my head like, she had said that she only had, that they had sent her 2 vials, but she said on the phone call that she had only been sent 1, things like that. And so I did ask her about some of these questions, which she cleared up. She was talking about this medicine, that medicine, all these type of things. But I was aware of every time I asked one of these sort of questions, because I was trying to, offer suggestions of how to solve the problem too. And I was trying to get to the bottom of the actual situation of what was happening, how many files were sent, how long these are going to last, where you can get them from, all this sort of stuff. I was very aware that, I had to be careful when I asked these questions. One, not to look suspicious, like I doubted that she was telling the truth, maybe she'd been lying to them on the phone, or she had been lying to me or something like this. And I also wondered, hey man, this could be a pain medicine, right? It could be an issue like that. Someone might be trying to get a hold of extra pain medicine. I don't know what medicine it was. I was offering general sort of situations about maybe you can go to this pharmacy, maybe you can go to that pharmacy. General advice is what I was offering. And so, I had to be careful. She's in this agitated state. I can't make it look like I'm suspicious of her, that she might be trying to get this extra painkiller as a opioid. Because she's a friend, but, I haven't known her that well for that long. And, so try not to seem suspicious, but also try not to suggest things like, you should have got an extra supply before the holidays, you knew the holidays were coming, that sort of stuff. Obviously, I would never really say it that blatantly, but often people will suggest those type of things, as in they will say that, but just not blatantly. They might say something like, couldn't you have ordered extra beforehand, before the holidays? Things like that. So, there's statements that are going to agitate people more. And the type 9 is very aware of those type of statements. And often they'll say nothing. That's one of the reasons why many type 9s say nothing. But they're very aware of that situation, the emotions of the other person when they're in that state, right? They're in a volatile state, and they're very conscious of things that they might say which might trigger or exacerbate their emotional tension and make them explode. Yeah, that's about it really. It's the 2nd of October 2024. Thank you.